Hello. My friend Lalit came to America and joined me about 6 months later. I was there in June and he came in next year's February. Yeah, after a little time, like a few weeks, he said, I have a phone number I need to call. He's a neighbor and friend, and he's doing his medical college here, residency or something, and his family has given me this number, and so I want to just talk to him and say hello to him. I said, sure. At that time, long distance calling, we were in California, and this man was in New Jersey, New York. So it was quite expensive, but not after 9. After 9, it was a little cheaper, and after 11 at night till 6 in the morning, it was very reasonably priced. So, but our 11 would be 3 hours ahead of them, so it was not worth it. So I told him, "Bhai, koi baat nahi, just call. You are so eager to talk to him, you can call earlier." So he called him in the evening, like our California time at about 5:30, so it'll be about 8 their time. And after a while, he answered. And he answered, but he didn't answer directly. Somebody else picked it up. And so Lalit asked him, can I talk to Dr. So-and-so? And he said, wait a minute. And then his friend came on the line. So Lalit said, oh, very happy, spoke in Gujarati, of course. Kem છો? શું ચાલે છે? હું આવી ગયો છું ને હું કેલિફોર્નિયામાં છું ને તમારું કેમ છે? They went on for a while. And so after a while, the other person, his friend, told him that, why did you call me? This is costing you money and you are a student, so you shouldn't call me. It'll be expensive for you. Call me collect. Now, calling collect is something which you do in America, I'm sure in other countries too, that you call and then you request the operator to reverse the charges. So what happens is if I call you, you get to pay for my call. It's collect. So he said, this is the number I have. Call me collect on that number, and I'll accept the charges. So my friend was impressed. He said, wow, dost ho to aisa friend awo jo jiye. He's so thoughtful and he's so generous. Very nice. I was surprised too. I said, wow, that's very nice of him. So he often called him at odd hours and to say hello, and they talked quite a bit because they were from the same building and they had a lot of common things to talk about. And I thought it was very nice that the friend is so generous. A couple of months later, I received a phone call from the phone company. It was Pacific Bell. He said, Mr. Thacker? I said, yes. He said, because the phone was in my name. He said, have you been making calls to New York, this number? And it didn't dawn on me that this is Lalit's friend's phone number. I said, I don't think so, but I have a roommate, maybe. He said, this is the number, and somebody has been calling collect at this number. I said, yes. This is my roommate, his friend, lives in New York, and he said that call me collect whenever you can. So, my friend does call him collect. Is there a problem? She said, yes, there is a big problem. So I said, what is the problem? She said, it's a public payphone, public telephone. I said, what? She said, yes. It's a medical college dormitory, hostels, and they have several payphones in the lobby, and this number is one of them. I said, oh, wow. Yeah. So she said, if you call collect, who pays? Nobody. I said, wow, how does that work? Don't you guys have any way of knowing that this is wrong, this is not going through right? She said, yeah, we do, but normally when somebody calls collect and the other person accepts it, we just take it on face value, and just say, okay, go ahead. We never realize that people are trying to play tricks on us. I said, makes sense. I'm so sorry. I said, I'll speak to my partner and we will go from there. She said, yeah, I'll call you tomorrow. So when Lalit came home, I asked him, I said, Lalit, you call this friend of yours often, and do you know that it's a public telephone? He said, no. I said, it's a public telephone, and you're not supposed to call collect because who will pay for it? So it has to be a private phone in order for you to call collect. He said, nah, I understand that. Jesus, that guy just so generously told me, call me at this number anytime. And so I kept on calling him. I said, yeah, it didn't cost him a penny, so why should he care? But I said, this is very bad on our part. I think we should pay for it. So he said, no, I'll ask him to pay. I said, nah, don't worry about it. The man who does such things to the phone company, I don't think he's going to pay for it. So don't even bother, But just don't call him anymore. So I said, okay. So the next day when the operator called, I said, sorry, madam, we are responsible and we didn't realize that it was a pay phone, so we will pay for it. So she just, she must have talked to her supervisor or something, and she said, well, it's neither here nor there. It's not totally your mistake. What we will do is, it's like about $35 or $36. You pay half, and we'll take the loss for the $18. I said, you sure? She said, yes, don't worry about it. Just we'll bill you $18 as extra. So in the next bill, it'll reflect, the amount will reflect on your next bill. I said, oh, sure, thank you very much. And so that is how our friends from India used to do, tricks with the phone company. When you call collect, you naturally think that the other person is paying for it, Either of us is paying for it. But when nobody pays, then there is trouble.